Hi, this is Coach Joe Lucas, and welcome to this episode of the Magellan Network Show. In this episode, I want to continue our conversation going into how to create a powerful daily game plan. Early in my coaching career, back in the early 1990s, I was known, in various websites and just talking to advisors on really creating morning rituals and daily game plans. Like I watched enough top performers in my career. I observed them, I shadowed them, and I watched how they approached their day. And there's some commonalities to really having what I call a rock star day versus kind of just muddling through what you do. Now, in our last episode, we talked a lot about our morning success ritual, right? We call it our Magellan Morning 8. So I want you to think about it this way. When you think about your day, what most advisors do, they say, okay, my day will start once I get into the office. Like once I kind of sit at my desk, get in my mode, do what I do, that's when my game is on. And that's a mistake number one. Your day starts when you're conscious. So if that's 5:15, like in my game, we get up at 5:15. Whatever time you get up, your game starts there. Your business day does not have a 9 to 5 feel to it. Your business day is really when you're first conscious to literally when you put your head down that evening. That is a business day. I think a lot of advisors are under the assumption, the wrong assumption, that their game is 9 to 5 or 8 to 4, or when the market's open, that's when I do my thing. It is the furthest thing from the truth. And when you think about your daily game, you need to think about, okay, what kind of day am I in? And what I mean by that is that are you in a tactical day when you're gonna be working in your business? So seeing clients, doing reviews, doing touch base phone calls, kind of being kind of in knee deep, being the advisor, have your advisor hat on. Or are you on a strategic day when you're going to put your business owner hat on, your entrepreneurial hat on, right? And kind of operate in projects and work on the business, right? Or are you on renewal time, which I'm just going to get some downtime and chill out and do it? With all three times are very important to advisors. But let's just talk about tactical days for this example. So inside of our game in Magellan, we have a one-page daily game plan. So those of you on video, you're checking it out. Those on audio, trust me, it does exist. It's right here. And what I want to do is just kind of walk you through the different elements of a typical advisor's day. So the first thing, like we talked about in our last video, the morning 8, our Magellan morning 8, right? So we got to visualize. We need to go ahead and make our declaration in terms of what we're accomplishing today, what we're all about, all those things. We're going to review our quarterly game plans, which we create these. It's a nice 2-pager, actually 1 page, 2-sided. We run our businesses off of that in 90-day windows. We look at our daily game plan, which is we're going to talk a little bit about in a second. We meditate, we journal, we do gratitude, and we work out. We exercise for 5 minutes to get the blood flowing. Those 8 things. So now what happens? You come into your office, you come into your place of business, you come into your game, right? And now we got what are the most important things? So we talked about having a Magellan morning 8. I call our daily game plan the Magellan Daily 5. So 5 things. And by the way, these are in somewhat a particular order. So let me kind of walk you through them. So then we'll talk a little bit more about how they kind of work back and forth and help one another. So first and foremost, we're going to do our morning ritual. So the thumb, right, is going to be, did we do our Magellan morning 8? Did we do our morning ritual, our protocol? Number 2, contacts and check-ins. So how many clients, prospects, centers of influence are we reaching out for? Whether that's a phone call, a voicemail, an email, a text, a physical meeting. What is it that we're doing? And it's going to range and kind of what your game is, but I've always found 10 to 15 is probably the number that we look for, right? So I've got morning ritual, contacts. Third piece, how many meetings need to be set up? So review meetings, follow-up meetings, whether you do it yourself, have your team members set your calendar, meetings have to be set in your business, whether that's a virtual meeting using Skype or GoToMeeting or Zoom, or they're going to come see you, you're going to see them. So how many meetings need to be scheduled in a typical day? 2 to 4 is kind of the number we always see, quite frankly, so 10 to 15, 2 to 4. So morning ritual, contacts, meeting set. Number 4, introduction conversation. So in our game here, you see it right here. It says introduction conversation. So we actually have our clients track how many conversations we have. And we say conversations, just so we're all on the same page. We're not talking about sliding a piece of paper over to a client in a review and give me 5 names or anything crazy like that. What we're really saying here is between phone calls, emails, meetings, that we're going to 3 to 5 times a day, 3 to 5x. We're going to remind our clients that we're open for business. Hey, don't keep me a secret. Keep me in mind if you know someone else. We're always taking on new clients. Whatever the verbiage is, but 3 to 5 times a day, you get that out of your mouth. All right. So I've got morning, contacts, meetings, intro combos. 4. What's the 5th? What's the thumb? The thumb is what we call tracking. So KPIs, key performance indicators. So we want to track all this. And you can see here, we can add it all up. We have here, I'll explain this in a little bit, which is our energy level. So one of the things that I've noticed in my work, and this will rob advisors of success probably as fast as anything that I'm aware of, is literally coming into your day and physically, you sabotage yourself because your nutrition sucks, your diet and health sucks. You sabotage yourself because you go out to lunch, or maybe lunch is brought in and you're eating the wrong foods, and next thing you know, it's like nappy nap time at 1:30, but you should be on the phone doing things. So energy levels matter, and we work on a scale of 1 to 5, 1 to 5. So I have all my clients do a morning 1 to 5. I'll have them do an afternoon 1 to 5, then overall, right? And normally what we look for are trends or patterns, right? So for example, if I've got a client and, in the morning, they're rock starring out at 4s and 5s in the morning, and then I see like 1.5s and 2s in the afternoon, my first question is going to be, tell me what we do for lunch, because whatever we're doing ain't working, right? And typically it's somebody brought some food in, it wasn't good, it was very carby and sugary, wanted me to go to sleep. So energy levels matter. I don't care how good you can put a game plan together and how good a business plan you have. The reality is, if you don't have the energy to execute it, you're really not going to get very far in this game. All right. So what else would go on here? What else would go on our game? We always want to be making sure we're tracking our projects. So let's talk a little bit about prioritization. All right. So inside of our daily game plan, things are going to show up. Return calls, projects, tasks, administrative functions, things like that. And you can get crazy just trying to think about what's important, what's not, what's a high priority, a low priority, medium priority. So that to me is just not a good game to play. The game that I want you all to play is the things that make me money and the things that don't, right? So here's how we kind of just tree it out, right? Decision-making tree. Is this going to make me money, yes or no? So if the answer is yes, it goes on this side. If the answer is no, it goes on that side, right? And so if it makes me money, next question, am I the only person that can do this? So is there another member of my team, a junior partner, a partner, administrative support, vendor, business partner that can do X, right? So if the answer is yes to that, then makes me money. I'm not the one that does it. It gets delegated to that person immediately. If I cannot delegate it, then it's going to go on my board for that day to get scheduled up, right? So does it make me money? Am I the only one that can do it? Yes, no. I own it, or I delegate. Very simple. Next slide. Things that don't make you money, right? Now we get into a different sort. So first thing is, the things that don't make me money, is it from an A or an elite or a triple A client? That's question number 1. The answer is yes. Question number 2, am I the only one that can do this, or can I delegate to a team member? Yes, no. Then I go A client, B client, C client, D client. So I'll take the non-economic. Who's it for? Right? Because I want to serve the clients that are paying me a lot of money. I want to make sure I serve them well. Then, am I the only person that can do it? If the answer is no, I'm going to get it off my board. All right. So that's what a lot of you do is you get your daily game plans, or you get your to-do list and stuff like that, and you literally will stare at it and like, what do I do? And then the next day it adds more, then you add more. So the best way to deal with prioritization is by questions. Will this make me money? Yes, no. Question 1. Yes, 1 pile. Next question. Since it makes me money, am I the only person that can do this? Yes, no. The answer is no. delegate? If the answer is yes, you own it, you schedule it. And then on the things that don't make you money, is it from an A client, B client, C client, D client? And A, am I the only person going to do this? The answer is yes, no. If the answer is no, delegates out and you go. And I have found that very simple process to be elegant in its simplicity, just by asking yourself a set of questions. That's what you need to do, okay? A couple of things around daily game plans. Earlier in my mind is the way to roll. So I would prefer get going on our day early and wrap it up early. Your day does not matter where it happens. So what I mean by that is, don't get wrapped up in, well, I've got to be in the office. I've got plenty of clients, and depending on your commute situation, I've got several clients that work Mondays and Fridays from their home office. So they don't even make an appearance because they bookend all their meetings like on Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. So Monday's kind of an admin prep, run the business day. Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. So Monday we put our business owner hat on. Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday we have an advisor hat on. And then Friday we have a little bit of both, right? A little business owner stuff, some follow-up, right? Some marketing, some branding, some business development. So we'll have a little bit of a duality on Friday. But that's kind of, again, a theme. That's the way we like it done. One or two other quick things on daily game plans. Like I said, when we started this chat, our conversation, I said there's tactical time, strategic time, renewal time. So think about it's like 3 different kind of days, if you will. I found it, now there are always exceptions to rules. I'll always say that, but the bottom line is this. If you're trying to touch all 3 boxes every day, so maybe a little strategic work, a little tactical work, a little fun time, that will just zigzag you throughout the day. So I really like the idea of having a theme, or hey, here's what we're going to do today. I'm just going to focus on this and make that happen. And there's something about getting up in the morning with hey, your mind goes, hey, today's projects. I don't need to worry about dealing with people, seeing people. I'm going to knock my work out, right? And other times, hey, I've got 6 meetings today. I got to gear up. And we all know that when you get into a flow of meeting and communicating with people, there's a rhythm to that. And you get into a nice groove. And we like those nice grooves. They work really, really well. So don't be afraid to go ahead and take that on also. But here's the thing. A lot of you are going to be into this window now. We're getting into, obviously, November. And we're a third of the way through the 4th quarter, and the rest of it's going to disappear like that. And you know it. I already see the Christmas decorations popping out. Don't sit there and wait till January to figure yourself out, your game out. You want to start looking at, and I don't care where you are right now in terms of your results for 2019. Look, they're going to be what they're going to be. But I don't care what that is. The reality is you're going to want to go ahead and raise your game, raise the bar, elevate. And where that rubber meets the road is what happens in a 24-hour period. So if there's one gift you can give yourself, between now and Jan 1, the new decade, is get your days under control and organized so you can have flow to them. We've got to stop as an industry. Now, some of you are really good at this, so I applaud you. Many of you are not. This is about not running around, with your hair on fire, trying to check 15 boxes off, being in a state of overwhelm all the time, busy. The goal here is to be profitable, add value, be sustainable, right, and enjoy the process. So just keep that in mind, and 1 or 2 other notes real quick before we wrap up this episode. I've been doing this for a long time. Be 26 years actually in 2020, believe it or not, 1994. And, it's been a very, very good ride for me. I've enjoyed this process, and I plan to do this for a very, very long time going forward. What I'd like from you is just get the word out. If you like my videos, you like what we're doing here inside the Magellan Network, spread the word. Hook up your colleagues to what we're doing here and add some value. So refer them to the group, refer them to me, coachjoe.guru. It's my new website. All my projects are there. And I look forward to adding more value to your world on our next episode. So there you have it. If you really enjoyed watching this episode, go ahead and subscribe to the Magellan Network Show with Coach Joe here on YouTube. And remember, I'm always here to help you become a better entrepreneur, business owner, and financial advisor. With that, I'll see you next time on the Magellan Network Show with me, Coach Joe. Take care and goodbye.